Hello everyone, Gears here. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about one of my favorite mods, Tinker's Construct. Not go too much into the details of it, but definitely thought I'd, share some of my favorite recipes and, just a few tips and tricks on how to get started in the mod. Now, when I start a world with Tinker's Construct in it, I typically like to put myself through a challenge. I don't build myself any vanilla tools initially. No stone or wooden pickaxes. I try to jump right into Tinker's Construct. So I punch a bunch of trees, set myself up with the necessary stations, and craft myself a wooden pick and then a stone pick and so forth, but all out of Tinker's materials. Um, Overall, I want to say that I'm still a little bit more of a fan of the Tinkers for 1.7 than I am 1.10. A few more options, a few more add-on mods that are available for it. But with that said, there's still a lot to do in Tinker's 1.10, and I'm still a huge fan of the mod. Um, to get started, you'll usually spawn in with this book materials in you. If not, it can be easily crafted. It goes into details about the materials. It's definitely worth a read. The different items you can build, and the benefits of using the various materials that are available in the game. There's even some cross-mod compatibility. With that said, usually when I get started in a world, um, I will start with tools that uh, usually have a wooden handle. You can build your first tools out of using flint as your tool head material. I myself still like to use stone. Reason for being is repair material availability. It's way easier to get stone than flint. I still like to use flint in my tools. I'll use flint as the usually as the binder. Using a wood handle, a flint binder, and a stone head usually nets you a tool that is easily repaired and has a reasonable durability for a low tier tool. Um, One of the things I like about the new Tinkers is that I think the focus of the mod has changed just a little. Before it was build a good tool, build an even better tool later, and then build the best tool you possibly can out of the various materials. Now it's build the best tool for the job, build the best tool that is within your means to do so. I say this because Tinkers has, well, for one thing, it's borrowed a few tricks from the old Iguanatrix mod. It has, you now have the ability, natively, without add-on mods, to replace tool parts. Before that was only available through iguanas. Um, these tools you see here, this excavator, lumber axe, and hammer, shovel, these were originally uh, stone tools with wooden handles. Later, as I progressed in the mod and did some exploring and found a purple slime island, I was able to make myself some night slime, and I replaced the tool handle. It is night slime's a very good tool. It's got a very good modifier. I initially, early to mid game, I try to use that for all of my tool handles. Got a good ability as well. The unnatural, I think, is good for making the tool last longer, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm sorry. This one is the one that helps it mine faster for every mining level that it is above the required one. It's a speed modifier, but still definitely a good handle modifier as well. I think it's over. I think it's like 1.1 if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it's one of those that add to the tool's durability versus taking away. Some of the tool rods you use will subtract durability, but they make up for it by having a good um, side effect or other ability. The other ability that has been brought over from iguanas, but kind of modified a little bit, is the ability to repair tools without the need of a tool station or tool forge, even though that's definitely a possibility. You can still use, I can still use cobblestone in a workstation to repair all my stone-headed tools or whatever repair materials that is required. But now you can make sharpening kits. And as long as the sharpening kit is made of the same material as your tool head, you can also repair your tools that way. So you can create yourself an abundance of sharpening kits, like in this case stone, which is easy to get, and repair your tools on the go quite easily. Sure, are good for upgrading your tools mining level. You saw with the night slime ability how well things mine the more it is above, the head has been modified above its own mining level. What that means is now in Tinkers, you can build tools that mine way higher than they're meant to. What I mean by that is, say, stone, for instance. You can make a stone tool that will mine obsidian or even cobalt, such as this hammer. It has been modified with a obsidian sharpening kit and a piece of flint. If you use a sharpening kit with a piece of flint in the tool forge, you give it the fortified ability, and the level of the ability is dependent on the material used. Obsidian will actually give you the highest mining level in the game, which is cobalt. So even though it does it slowly, this will mine diamond and cobalt for me. And what's for that trade-off, the trade-off speed, I've got a tool that I can easily repair with stone. And then later on, you can, of course, if I wanted to, I could replace the head with a faster material. One trick I learned in Yawcraft, because in addition to Tinkers, there's also an add-on mod here called Tinker's Tool Leveling. As you progress using a tool, as you mine it and get more comfortable with it, if you see here, you see just under the tool name, there is a level in XP. That's the tool leveling mod. Each time you gain a level of experience, i.e. you complete the number set like that you see next to XP, you get an additional tool modifier, which is very useful because eventually, if you use a tool enough, you can gain additional modifiers and create some awesome tools. For instance, my two pickaxes here, I used them repeatedly and also added a modifier using paper. And because of that, I was able to get over 5 modifiers. I believe I got a total of 7 or 8 on these. If you have 5 available modifiers on a tool, you can create an unbreakable tool. All you need to do is create the reinforcement upgrade, and it takes 5 of them, but if you use all 5, the tool becomes unbreakable. You never need to worry about repairing it ever again. And because I have a bonus or extra level, or more than 5 levels, excuse me, I was able to put haste and silk touch and fortune on both of these. So these are my main work picks. I am able to mine anything I need to in the game, and because of the extra abilities that I have on these get me extra experience, extra drops. Very, very powerful tools, and thanks to the tool leveling mod. Now, to go into some of the recipes and items for the tools themselves, I built this tool out, this cobalt pickaxe. Once I believe it started out as a stone pickaxe, or perhaps an iron one, and I just used it enough to the point that I had enough modifiers, I was able to replace it with cobalt, which is a has a very high mining level and speed. And after I just used this pickaxe to its fullest, I replaced all the parts in it that I wanted, and was able to get the abilities that you see. Because of the copper tool handle, I didn't need to. Copper is not actually a very good modifier for a tool handle, but once I reached the unbreaking level, there was no worry. There was no need to worry about durability anymore. So I could basically replace all the parts with any I wanted. The extra copper gains me additional XP for everything I mine, even if it's solid stone. Even though that this is a silk touch pickaxe, the momentum is from the cobalt. It as long as you keep mining, it keeps going faster and faster. This got me an extra modifier. It was the paper binding. This is where back when it was a stone tool that I fortified it with obsidian using a sharpening kit to increase the mining level so I could mine whatever I needed to. The 5 reinforcement modifiers were able to make it to where, again, it never will break, never needs repairing. Silk Touch for picking up anything I wanted, including ores. In this pack, ores are dropped. It doesn't drop solid blocks, such as the iron, the gold, and the copper. It wants to drop chunks. I found this kind of problematic for processing, so I started mining those ores with the Silk Touch. Same with the Fortune, my Fortune pick. I was also able to mine it and level it up in the same fashion. Get XP anyway from such as things as diamond and redstone, but the copper even gets me even more. Pretty much the same pick except for the Fortune versus the Silk Touch, and completely unbreakable. And able to speed it up even further, both pickaxes even further with the redstone. Now, this is one of my favorite mining tools. Because of this, I was able to create a network of mining tunnels under my base, and very powerful. Unfortunately, because of what I wanted to do, I wasn't able to make this unbreakable. It's very hard because of I guess, the additional materials that go into it. It's very hard to get this up to the necessary levels to make it unbreaking. So I did the next best thing. I gave it a couple of options for it to be able to self-repair in addition to being able to mine and process ores for me. This is a very powerful mining tool. In addition to the cobalt pickaxe head, which allows it to mine faster, this hammer has the auto smelt ability combined with the luck modifier, which is essentially fortune. The auto smelt works with the fortune, so I could get bonus ores, bonus blocks for that matter, for everything I mine. The auto smelting smelts all the cobble I mine into smooth stone, and I could get bonus stone plus experience from the well established and the smelting. Same with the ingots and iron that I mine as well. I gave it 2 levels of mending moss, so when it gains experience and I let the hammer sit a while in my hotbar, it will repair itself all on its own. The haste makes it go even faster, and very, very powerful tool. And as long as I have enough cobalt, which mining expedition in the nether netted me plenty of that. That's something else I forgot to mention. That is one of the changes from 1.7 to 1.10 that I did like. The spawn rate of Ardite and Cobalt in the Nether jumped dramatically, and that's very useful, very helpful for getting the higher tier tools. But as you can see, I use this tool quite a bit, as you can see by the durability. But because of the actually, I forgot to mention there's 2 abilities that help it mine faster. There's the Mending Moss, which I've got 2 levels of, thanks to the tool leveling, and also the Petra Armor ability given by the Ardite handle. I haven't seen evidence of this yet, but this is supposed to, I think as you're mining, perhaps when it's sitting in your hotbar, I haven't seen it do this, but when you're mining, it's supposed to consume stone to help repair durability. So between that and the mending, this tool should last an incredibly long time, even though I'm using it constantly. Now, one of my favorite recipes in the game is this Electrum crossbow. You're given Electrum in the game by the Immersive Engineering mod, and you can obtain it through combining gold and silver grit, which you grind up in. I think you can combine it. I think you can make it or make grit in the Ender IO sag mill, but you can definitely make it using the crusher from Immersive Engineering. I myself, because of the mod integration, I was able to make Electrum using my Tinker Smeltery, and making the crossbow limb, or the bow limb, excuse me, out of this material uh, gives me the shocking ability, which I can hit mobs with it, and it'll, after charging it up by moving it around, and it will cause them damage. Also, a very strong bow material. It's got a very quick draw speed. It's definitely one of the better materials for making bow limbs out of. Also, the string is normal string, though you can use other materials. The tool rod is cobalt, which is very strong, high durability. And of course, it's fortified with redstone to make the draw speed even faster, which you can even get more of once you level it up a bit. Now, if you do make the crossbow, it may be true with the other bows as well. I haven't made the other bows yet, but I want to say that this is a bug. Maybe not, but it feels like a bug. If you use the tool leveling mod to modify, or excuse me, or level up your crossbow, you do not level this tool up by using the crossbow with your crossbow bolts, just, killing mobs. Your bolts will gain experience, but not your crossbow. Again, I thought kind of weird, but the actual way to level up this tool, you actually have to physically hit mobs with it. Yeah, that's a thing. I don't know why, but because of the shocking ability, I was able to move around and hit several mobs with it. And believe it or not, with the 5 attack damage that this tool has, I was actually able to level it up quite nicely using, just hitting mobs with it. Maybe soften them up with a different a tool or weapon, and hitting them with this, but it does work. Um, Still strikes me as rather strange, though. I mean, for me, like the other tools, like, of course, the sword, you level it up by obviously hitting mobs with it. The shovel, by mining dirt and gravel with it. The pickaxe is the same, mining stone and cobble. This is not meant to be used this way. You obviously shoot entities with it. So, not sure about that one. But if you make a crossbow, this could be true with the other types of bows. That's how you're going to need to level it up. It might be good to have a mob farm going just so you can, hit mobs with it for fast leveling. Uh, some of the other items, let's see, or recipes. Actually, I think I'll only cover these two. Um, in the early goings in the game, if you hit a slime island, you can make these items, the slime boots and slime sling. These are two of my favorite items for traveling in the game, and they could be obtained relatively early, just by going to a slime island, or of course harvesting enough slime. Essentially, you just wear the slime boots. The slime boots, when worn, allow you to take 0 fall damage. When you hit the ground from any height, it doesn't matter the height, you simply bounce relative to the distance you dropped. Um, the downside is that they offer no protection whatsoever. I think you can enchant them with protection. I think you can force a protection enchant on them. At least you used to be able to. But other than that, they offer no protection natively. And the slime sling is a simple travel mechanic. With the slime boots on, if you charge the slime sling like a bow, you can bounce. It's especially useful for if you point it at an angle. You can send yourself flying huge distances. Backwards, of course, but still very useful. Very handy travel mechanic. You can even, with a hang glider, you can even put yourself in the air and use it for low range travel. Very fun way to get around. But anyway, folks, that is just my quick recipe coverage of Tinkers. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this informative. If you have any questions regarding Tinker's Construct, please feel free to message me on Discord or on Twitter. And everyone, have a good day.